William Hart, and here today I'm going to talk to you about a man who shot for the stars, literally until the day he was shot down. This man was none less than John F. Kennedy. I'm going to open up with a quote today that really describes John F. Kennedy's passion for America to always strive to do its best. We choose to go to the moon in this decade, not because it is easy, but because it is hard. The purpose of my speech here today is to inform you about John F. Kennedy's presidency and assassination. Now, while being the youngest president ever elected, like I said earlier, John F. Kennedy always pushed America to do its best. According to biography.com, at his inauguration on January 20th, 1960, JFK was the first president born in the 20th century to take office. Now, although he was a young man, he was the president. He had a big job. And being the president at this time, he faced a lot of crises. And the first of which was the Cuban Missile Crisis. According to Bill O'Reilly's book, Killing Kennedy, on April 17, 1961, 400 Cuban exiles supported by the United States invaded Cuba. The very next day, April 18, 1961, the Soviet Union said they would help Cuba resist an attack by America. Nonetheless, 2 days later, the invasion failed. And although it was a failure, it showed John F. Kennedy's ability to deal with a disaster. Then, on October 22nd, 1962, John F. Kennedy announced to the nation that the Soviet Union had missiles in Cuba. According to History.com, in response, JFK had blocked all shipments into Cuba. He would not allow Cuba to become a missile base for Russia, the Soviet Union. The shipments were slowed and then stopped on October 28, 1962. That was the day that the Soviet Union removed all missiles from Cuba. Next, I'm going to talk to you about JFK's passions for issues in America, specifically civil rights. According to JFKLibrary.org, as we all know, the 1960s was a very high tension with racial issues. And Kennedy did a lot to seize the racial tension in America in the 60s. The first of which was when he sent 600 federal troops to Alabama to help protect Freedom Riders, which is a group of people who got on a bus and rode around America to blacks and whites to show equality. Then the next year, he sent hundreds of more to protect the first black students to attend the University of Mississippi. And if you ask me, that is something astonishing. That is a hard time to live in America, and he was doing a lot for the African American population. Finally, I'm going to talk to you about John F. Kennedy's assassination. According to Bill O'Reilly's book, as you can see here, 70% of the nation was in love with Kennedy, and that is an extraordinary number. But there was another 30% who hated him. And one of those 30% was Lee Harvey Oswald. According to biography.com, Lee Harvey Oswald was an ex-Marine who moved to the Soviet Union in 1959, then returned to the United States in 1961. At first, like most Americans, he loved Kennedy, but then he hated him after he blocked the shipments into Cuba, showing his anti-communist views, while Lee Harvey Oswald was believed to be a communist. On November 22nd, Oswald would betray America by shooting Kennedy 2 times, once in the back, and the second shot was directly in the head. According to History.com, at 1:33 p.m. on November 22nd, 1963, John F. Kennedy was pronounced dead. Kennedy not only left behind a nation that had loved him, but a wife and 2 adoring children. JFK was one of America's most adored presidents, and although he did not finish his presidency, he left a lasting impression on America that should not be forgotten. Thank you all for listening today. I hope you have a great day and learned a lot about his